All right, so today we're talking about why people actually rent the products from you in your IRAs or Roth IRAs, whatever. It's a topic that we talk about a lot here on this channel, renting the positions in your IRA while you hold them. You're gonna hold on to these investments for the long run, so why not make a little extra income by renting them out? And we've done a lot of videos on this, given overviews specifically how they work. If you'd like to learn more, just go to our website. There's 3 really great videos on what I mean when I say renting your IRA. But today what we're gonna talk about is the other side, the person renting from you. Why? Why would they do that? And I'm gonna explain. All right, so basically here's how it works. We're talking about building a portfolio for people, and maybe, there's some stocks, bonds, a good mix of investments that we find suitable for you. That's what we do here at Jazz Wealth. And what we're talking about is actually renting them out. While you're holding them, we're getting people to pay you for portions of your investments. Now, this works just like real estate. Quick overview, in real estate, you buy 2 or 3 homes and then you rent them out. It's common sense, it's what we do, but we don't use that same common sense when we're investing for retirement. So the question today is, why on earth would people pay you rent? Well, in our prior videos, you've seen where we talk about you're essentially renting with the option to own. Okay, so imagine that you have a house for a second, and it's a lot nicer house than that, of course. You have this house and someone comes to you and says, I'll give you $1,000 a month for this house to rent it, okay? Now maybe the house costs you $100,000, so let's make this simple. And every time you get that $1,000, you're able to reduce your overall cost on the property, okay? And so we know why someone would do this in the real estate world. They're renting the house because they don't want to buy a house, or maybe they eventually want to buy your house. Well, in the markets, this is how it works. We use the same analogy. We're going to stick with this. Let's say someone comes to you and says, I'll give you $1,000 a month for your house. However, I want the option to buy it if it reaches $110,000 in value. Okay? So imagine that person walks in. This is very common in real estate where people have the option to buy your house. Now, you hope that the value of the house never goes over $110,000. You want it to go up, of course, but you don't want it to go up too far, too fast. You want this person to pay you rent for that property over and over and over again so you can reduce your cost basis. Now, the person on the other side is hoping the value goes to $150,000, $200,000, because then they can come back to you and say, we had a deal. Remember, you're going to sell me the house for $110,000. Okay? So in the markets, it works the exact same way. What we're doing, let's pretend you have the S&P 500. Okay? And that's one of your investments. And let's say you paid $100 a share. We'll keep the math simple. And someone's willing to give you $1 a month for the right to buy that property, or that investment, right? Now here's what happens. Every time you accept a deal from someone to let them rent it from you, of course you're gonna get that dollar, and now your new cost will be, say, $99, and that's great, you're reducing your risk. But inside of this contract is going to be a clause that says they have the right to buy it for some set amount. And to make it easy and keep it the same, we're gonna say that they said $1 a month, and they have the right to buy it from you for $110. That's their gamble. What they're doing, you probably can't see that. Let's scoot it over a little bit. There we go. So their gamble is that the stock price, the S&P 500, will rise above $110. If that's the case, then they can come to you. You don't get to say no. You have to sell it to them for $110. So they're taking the gamble that it's going to rise well above $110 so that it's worth their while. Imagine if the new price of the stock went to, or the S&P 500 went to $120. Okay, if that happens, then you have to sell it to that person for the agreed upon price of $110. Okay? Now you bought it at $100, so you're going to get to keep the $10 that you made plus the rent that they paid. If 1 month went by, then you're actually going to net $11. If 6 months went by and they paid rent and it still didn't go over the 110, then you're going to keep the $6. Okay? Either way, this is a good deal for you because you're collecting the rent. The worst case that can happen is you buy the S&P at $100, someone pays you that dollar a month, and within that first month, it rockets above $110. You'll still get to keep the $10 plus the $1, but it really wasn't that good of a deal for you. I mean, you'll make some money, but you hope that this stays under $110 as long as possible. So that's why the other side wants to pay you rent. They're making a bet too. So there's the benefit for you, you're reducing your risk every month that someone pays you rent. It gets knocked off your cost basis. But the other side is actually cheering for that stock to go higher. Now imagine if we had 10 different positions, or let's just say 5 positions that we were renting out, okay? Every month we got some money for each one of these. And what's gonna happen is, we can't control what the price of these positions do, okay? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Every month you're gonna collect some rent, but what happens is one of these is gonna shoot up quickly, right? Maybe it takes 2 or 3 months, but one of those is gonna go higher and you're gonna be obligated to sell to that person. So you're gonna walk away with the rent, you're gonna walk away with the difference in the price, and that's your profit. Now you would only have 4 positions, but it's not like in real estate where you can't find more properties to work with. All you have to do is just go right back into the market, buy position number 4 again, and rent it out. Okay? And that's what we do here at Jazz Wealth. We keep that cycle going. We build a position or build a portfolio for you. We'll rent out any of the positions that we agree upon that you want to rent out. You don't have to do this for all of them. You could say, I want to hold positions 1 and 2, and I'll rent out the rest of them, okay? You can do anything you want when it comes to that, okay? It's just like in real estate. You could buy 5 homes and choose to just keep one as a vacation home and rent the other 4 out. The point is, the other side has an agenda. They want that price to shoot up as high and as fast as possible. It's still a win-win. Both sides end up winning here. It's just that you have the odds on your side. So look, if I can help you with this, if you have an IRA or a Roth IRA that's somewhere else and you'd like to participate in this, give me a call. Go to our website, click schedule a call, and we'll go over it. We'll just see if this is something that's suitable for you. If so, I'll help you transfer the account. We just did a great video actually on the application process to show you kind of what to expect when you do open the new account. And I hope to talk to you soon.